All right, everybody, let's get actually started. Now, I did say I would be starting from a blank slate, a blank Windows profile. Now, I went ahead and made a new one, and I tried it, but for some reason, I could not get Unity Hub and Unity itself to work. I was getting a lot of permission errors, and I couldn't be bothered with it. So I went back to my main account, and I will just use my already installed software, and I'll just do my best to explain everything I can, even if you haven't installed it, to explain to you what might happen during the install and how to fix it. And it's not going to be a big deal. I've done this a couple times. I know all the pitfalls. And as I said, if there is a very obscure edge case type of error that you encounter, please let me know. Do not worry. I answer every question you have. Now, first things first, of course, Unity. I am using 2022.3.9 F1 because this is an LTS version, a long-term support version. I think that's the most future-proof version we can use for people who are watching this Udemy course in the future. And that is, I assume, the most bug-free version that we can use. Now, one important thing, today, as I'm recording this, it's September 15th, 2023. A couple days ago, Unity has announced their latest pricing structure, and you might already know about this. And I am heavily against that. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my entire life. It really... It's obvious what Unity wants to do, and it's a very toxic pricing structure. I have calculated a lot of scenarios for different studios about how it would pan out for them. And a lot of new information has come to light, and Unity is basically going to force you to use their own ad platform to mitigate all the runtime fees. And yeah, I understand that Unity needs to make money, but apparently they can retroactively apply these changes, even though you have already agreed to certain terms before and you don't want to agree with these certain terms. That really makes me dislike Unity a lot. So the problem is, I really like Unity. The engine itself is good. It's just being run by weird people. Now, my message here is, even though we're going to be using Unity, the thing that you will be learning here is applicable to any type of front end. You can use Godot, you can use Unreal Engine, you can use Phaser, you can use even HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Next.js, as long as your front end has some sort of visualization and can make API calls. So even if you don't like Unity, you can still use other software. But I find Unity to be very simple, very easy to use, and I had already decided to use Unity, and then all of a sudden, Unity itself decided to shoot themselves in the foot. Anyway, we're just going to continue using Unity. Now, when you open your Unity Hub, please install this version, or actually any other long-term support version. I called it Online Udemy Game. Very simple. I would suggest you to use this version so that you don't get errors that I don't get. Yeah, so when you start up the project, you will be prompted with templates to use. Just use a 2D template. We will be making a 2D game. And that's it. You will see this screen, and let's get started.